Okay, welcome everyone to our Tuesday night team training, you guys. We are so excited. We are just loving everyone's momentum, your teamwork. We're loving how eager everyone is to learn and grow. And for that very reason, I wanted to invite my special friend, Talesha Carter. She has spoken to us before a few times and has just provided a lot of value in things that we kind of overlook sometimes, and that is our self-talk and the things that is within us that we want to be as women, as entrepreneurs, that sometimes we might get in a pattern of negative self-talk or patterns. And she's been one of my mentors that helps me every week, and she offered to speak to us. And so I just want to turn it over to her and let you take it from here.
Sounds good. Okay, hello everyone. I'm so excited to be here. Like Colette said, I've been able to speak to you guys before, and I thoroughly loved it. Like the amount of energy that you guys have and just all the goodness of your heart. So I'm really looking forward to talking with you guys tonight and sharing with you tips and tricks and tools and all of that jazz. And so if you guys remember from last time, I love to have it be an interactive process, and I love to be able to just have it be like a group discussion kind of thing. I don't like to just sit here and chat. It like keeps muting me. Okay. I do have some awesome things to share with you. So you are going to want to have your pen and paper ready to take notes, and hopefully you guys find a lot of value in it. Be sure to stick around for the end of my thing, because I am offering an opportunity for you guys to work with me completely for free. So it will be a great opportunity to help boost you even more on the track that you're going. So be sure to pay attention and listen up for what that will entail. So just a little detail about me so you guys know who I am. Like Colette said, I'm Talesha. Recently, this last year, I won Miss Female Entrepreneur USA. So I do know what I'm talking about in business stuff. I have taken many business courses, trainings, mindset work. My business right now is, oh, thank you. My business right now is energy healing. And so my focus is on the emotional side of energy healing. We all have emotions that are stuck. And so that's what I'm going to kind of share with you guys about how to move through those emotions. I have been able to be interviewed on several podcasts, and I have been able to speak on multiple stages, and I just love it. I love the energy that comes from speaking and doing trainings like this. It is amazing. And I've been able to work with hundreds of clients at this point in my business to really help them bust through their fears, their insecurities, their anxieties, anything truly on the emotional scale. And it's been such a privilege and honor of mine that I've had. I love, love, love working with people. So to dive in for tonight, I wanted to send you guys this little reminder, okay? So great coaching will never change your life, but action will. Okay, so I know you guys know this stuff because you guys are in sales. You guys are working with people daily, okay? And you can get all the training you want from me or from other, I don't know what you guys call it, your uplines, right? But if you don't apply that action consistently, it's gonna go like down the drain, right? You're not gonna see the success that you want to have. And then you're going to get in your head and you're going to start having that negative self-talk, that shame, that, oh my gosh, I'm not good enough. I can't do this. No one's listening to me. I have no worth. What in the heck did I think I was doing? That live video, I totally just bombed it. No one was on there. And then all the comments afterward were just, right? Like, have you guys ever been in that position before? I most certainly have. Okay, so my first question is for you, and you can message this into the chat as well, or you can unmute yourself. So I want to hear, what is one of the biggest frustrations that you're experiencing right now in your business or your personal life, either or? Okay, so Brittany said signing DTS. Okay, so tell me what that means. Fear of loss of momentum, says Colette. Okay, distributors. Okay, so being able to sign on distributors, is that what that was then? Okay, perfect. Nobody responding to me. I think that was another one. Losing customers. Yes. Okay. When some of your distributors can't see the potential. Okay, you guys, those are all huge, huge, huge problems. So when that happens, getting people to commit. Oh my gosh. Okay. I love this, you guys. These are so the same things I have had to face in my business. Have problem people telling me I'm spamming them. Okay. Yes, absolutely. Let's see, anything else that I miss? The ability to find the energy to get the motive since my dad died. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys, I like near and dear to my heart, all of this stuff. I completely understand that. And like I said, I've been in my business for 4 years and I have had the same thing, the same worries, the same frustrations. Oh, did someone unmute themselves for me? Okay, I still want to miss anyone. So I have had the same struggles in my business. Like I have had people message me that's like, how dare you do what you're doing? It is so frustrating. And you guys, you are in the people business. Like you just are. You are in the business of people. And the thing is that when people are hurt and when they are in their mess, so to speak, they're going to lash out or they're going to slip off the bandwagon, right? Like you're going to lose those customers because they just get caught up in their mess. And it's really hard and really frustrating to work with people who aren't willing to look at themselves. But, and I say this with a but, you have to be the example. You have to, because the people that you're attracting are the same people or the same person that you are inside. So if you are attracting a client who is falling off the bandwagon and won't reply back to you, then there's something inside of you that you're not addressing and that you're not recognizing in yourself. Every client is a direct mirror image of something that you have. And I've seen this in my own business. I'll get a client that, man, like they are so flaky and I have to just like get on them every single time. And I have to think to myself, okay, why is this person doing this action? Why is their behavior looking this way? And I can usually with like 99% accuracy trace it back to me. Okay. And can you guys guess what maybe the number one reason is of why you are having not as much success in your business? And feel free to unmute yourselves, but I want you guys to think about that for a minute and let me know what you think. Approach. Okay. What do you mean by approach? Let's see who said that one. Katie, what do you mean by approach? And you feel free to unmute yourself. Seriously, I love to talk. Attitude. Yes. Brittany.
So just like how you talk to people is extremely important, because one way of talking to somebody may not work for the next person. You have to understand how their responses to you should trigger a different way of, initiating or continuing the conversation.
Yes, absolutely. And for those of you who have done other extensive sales trainings, I don't know what you guys have done, but you're going to know that people buy, people like decide emotionally and buy logically. Okay. And so if people are deciding emotionally what they want, then you have to be able to reach them emotionally. Okay. Which means you got to be able to see their pain, hear their pain, and you got to be able to feel their pain. Okay. If you don't know those areas and categories that they're experiencing in their own life, you are not going to know how to directly speak to them. Okay. And then, yes, I love the confidence in there. Lack of skill in attraction marketing. Absolutely. Being new to the company and not having all the knowledge of the product. Great. Okay, you guys, those are all wonderful, wonderful, good things. And the one I really want to touch on is the confidence factor. Okay. Because confidence, what's the opposite of confidence? It's fear. Okay. It's shutting down. It's not doing the things that you feel like you want to be doing. Okay. It literally is fear that stops you. And people all the time say to me, Talesha, I don't feel like I have fear. I'm like, Yes, you do. Because if you were making the money that you wanted to be making in your business, you would not be here, right? And so if you are not making the money that you want, if you are losing people, if your team is slacking off, I guarantee somewhere along the lines, there is fear in there, okay? So another question I want to ask you guys is, how often are you participating in self-care? Crickets. Every day. Okay, Tamara said every day. That's awesome. Ashley said every day. Okay. Who else? Daily. Daily now. Okay, yes, every day. Daily, not enough as I should. Okay, now let me ask you this question, okay? How much money are you spending on your self-care or your soul care? Not as often as I should be. None, says Barbie. Okay. None, says Tamara. Okay. More now, could be more, 200 a month, says Colette. About 150, enough, none, about 100. Okay, you guys, those are awesome responses. Let me tell you this. If you have your big money goal that you're trying to meet, and if you are not spending that same amount or equal to that, you cannot expect people to buy from you, okay? So for example, if you are selling a product and it is $60, okay, and it is not selling, and if you are not spending $60 on yourself, there is an energy disconnect, okay? Do you guys see that? If you are not willing to spend $60 on your self-care, you cannot expect people to spend $60 for your product. So there's an energy disconnect there. And that's where this comes in, because you are not going to be confident in selling any product if you are not willing to spend that same amount of money on that product. You guys understand that? Okay, so we've got to bust you through those limiting beliefs that say, I can't spend money on me. Because if you have those beliefs, or if you have those beliefs that I don't have time, I don't have energy, I can't, if you have those beliefs, guess what kind of people you are attracting? You're going to mirror and you're going to get back those same people. You are going to get back people that say, I don't have enough money. You are going to get people that say, I don't have enough, or I can't do that right now, or I'm not enough to be able to sell that. Okay? So if you hold the belief, someone else is going to hold it, and there's going to be a massive energy disconnect. And that's why I'm here, is because I want to help you bust through that disconnect. Okay? So I want you guys to write on your paper, what am I not willing to do that is blocking me from my goal? Okay? What am I not willing to do that is blocking me from my goal? Okay, and I want you guys to take another minute, and I want you to write your answer down. And then if you're feeling extra brave, I want to hear your answer to it. Okay, so Tiffany, my question was, what am I not doing that is blocking me from having the goal? Or something like that. Tamara says, Facebook Live is terrifying to me. Okay. Facebook Live. Okay, okay. I like it. Keeping my consistency. Awesome. Facebook Live for sure. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of Facebook Live and consistency, speaking truth to my audience, taking that step out of my self-control. Okay, so you guys, this is the good news. Your brain knows exactly what is going on. Your brain knows what to do. It's just you not following through with it because of what? The fear, okay? Fear stands for false evidence appearing real, okay? false evidence appearing real. So here's what you guys get to do, okay? Is you get to ask yourself, why? Why? Okay? Why is it scary? Why am I avoiding it? Or what will happen if I do a Facebook Live and it goes horrible? You guys, I once did a Facebook Live video and I thought it was the worst video ever. Like, I thought it was so terrible. And it took everything within me to not delete it right after, okay? And the only reason I didn't delete it was because I was being judged on it for the pageant and I couldn't redo it. And so I had to keep it. But you know what? That was my #1 video. I have never had as many responses and shares and likes and comments as I did on that video. So I need you to ask yourself, what is going to happen if it goes so terribly wrong? What is the worst thing? Why is that belief there? I need you to connect to that, because that is how you are going to push out of it, okay? And here's the thing, you guys, is sometimes it's so easy to get stuck in that mentality, right? But here's the thing. You can pitch your house and live in that stuckness, or you can say, this is just a fear, and I get to decide. I get to decide what I do with it. Because if it's make or break between meeting your goal and not meeting your goal, are you going to do it? I sure hope so. Now I'm going to teach you some skills about how to get past that fear, okay? Because I'm seeing it so much, okay? I feel it. I feel it in me right now, you guys. It's like pouring from the screen here. So this is a technique. It's called emotional freedom technique. I don't know if you guys have ever practiced this technique before, but it is one of my favorites. It's tapping is another name for it. I'm going to get to the comments in just a minute. So for all of your fears, all of the worries, all of the insecurities that you are experiencing right now in your business, this is what I want you to do. Is you're going to take one of your hands, right or left, it doesn't matter, but in that space between your pinky finger and your ring finger is just like a little fleshy part, okay? Between the bones. But what I want you to do is I want you to think of those fears, and I want you to tap right there, okay? And it helps if you can say it out loud, because then your brain hears it and can release it through this tapping, okay? But while you're tapping, you're just gonna think of all these fears, okay? Think of why it's so scary to do that Facebook Live, okay? Think about why it's so overwhelming to you. And just start tapping on that spot, okay? So now I'm gonna give you guys time to practice later, but that's what you're gonna do, is you're gonna tap on that spot. And the biggest thing that we do when identifying emotions and fears and worries and all of that is that you've got to be able to identify it, release it, and then replace it. So that skill right there, I just taught you 2 of them. I taught you how to identify, right? I asked you a simple question. Why am I, what is blocking me? I asked you guys that question. And then I helped you guys to release it through tapping on that spot, okay? So anytime you feel that fear, if you need to do a live video and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so scared, tap on that spot. Think about all the fears that you have, and they're just going into that spot. They're leaving out your fingertips and going down into the earth, or going to your higher power, okay? But it does not have to stay with you. You decide, okay? You decide if it's a fear that you want to keep and pitch your house in it and build a garden in it and raise your kiddos in it, or if you want to move out from it, okay? You get to decide, because this is your path and your journey. And either way, it's going to be hard. Either way, it's going to be hard to get through that fear and do that live video or talk to someone else, right? Or it's going to be hard to stay in it. But me, I choose to not be trapped by my circumstances, because I have all the answers within me, and so do you. And you guys just found one of them, okay? So the next question I want you to ask yourself is, what paralyzes me? And while you guys are writing that, I'm going to go read your comments. Okay, does anyone want to share about what their worries are? Or, sorry, excuse me, that's the next question. What is paralyzing you? The fear of not being able to provide for my family, failing. My past. Where am I to where I need to be for the triple? Okay. Okay. Afraid people will judge me or not want to talk to me because of my religious choice. Biting off more than I can chew. Taking too long. Success. You guys, these are all beautiful answers and I love them. Not knowing or not feeling confident to close. Success, no success, financial. Okay. My tiredness after a long day at work, needing the extra income, being able to. Okay. All right, you guys, I really love those. Let me teach you a little bit about it. When you are experiencing that paralysis, it means that internally you are experiencing a rush of cortisol, which means stress, which means your body has to kick in with its central nervous system. And when your central nervous system kicks in, that's when you go in flight mode, fight mode, or freeze mode. Okay? Fight, flight, or freeze. So you guys figured out why you are having that paralysis, that freezing, right? Because of all of those worries that you guys just told me about, all those things that are blocking you. Okay? So when you are in fight, flight, or freeze mode, guess what your body's trying to do? It's trying to protect numero uno. Okay? And when it tries to protect you, your brain is going to do anything and everything to keep you safe and in your comfort zone. So these responses that you're having, these feelings that you're experiencing, it's just your brain trying to keep you safe. It's just your brain trying to minimize that fight, flight, and freeze experience that you're going through. So another thing you can do is tell yourself, I am safe to fill in the blank, whatever it is. I am safe to message someone. I am safe to do a live video. I am safe to provide an income for my family. Okay? I am safe. And that is going to trigger your brain right here. Your beautiful, smart, amazing, wonderful brain is going to trigger it into getting out of that freeze mode. Okay? In that scarcity, I'm so overwhelmed. I'm so burdened by all of this mode. Okay? Nikki, I'm so glad you love that. I just love being here with you guys. So, you guys, what are 5 problems that your buyers are facing right now? And you guys can write that question down as well. What are 5 problems that my buyers are facing right now? And when you write those responses down, I want you to ask yourself, am I having this same problem? Am I saying the same thing? Start to have that self-reflection. I'm going to go to the comments while you guys are writing. What do you mean by fires? Oh, buyers. Sorry, Catherine, buyers. Delays in shipping, money commitment, actual results, tired of MLMs or lack of seeing our quality. Perfect. Yeah. Trust in product. So you guys, that just tells me that there is more productivity on your end that needs to happen, more connection. better yet, okay? Not enough money. So when those things are happening, you've got to be able to remember, like I said at the beginning, you've got to be able to meet the person where they are, which means everyone has a deep need to be heard, seen, valued, respected, and loved, okay? So some of those things you have zero control over. You can't control shipping. You can't control results. You just can't. But you can help them feel loved, respected, valued, heard, seen, all of those things. You can help them. But if you don't know what their struggle is, and if you don't know what your struggle is, my friends, you are not going to be able to shift your mindset and have the sales that you want to have, okay? If you want sales, you have to have the right mindset. You have to be able to work on your vessel before you can help their vessel, okay? This is where it comes in. Spend money on yourself. Drop the language of, it's too expensive. I can't do that right now. I'm not enough. I'm tired. Which, you guys, by the way, I totally get. I have had mono for like a freaking year now. And it's the worst. But guess what? I have almost doubled my sales in the first 4 months of my business this year than I did last year, okay? So if I can do it, if I can get past that tiredness and show up so authentically, you can too. And it comes from being able to understand the challenges that your buyers are facing and having that self-reflection of where you're saying and having those same challenges in your language, in your thoughts, in your feelings, okay? Because when you understand your buyer and when you understand you, those sales are gonna like fly off the shelf. They just are. You're gonna have a powerful, good month. So for me, my clients, their biggest issues are anxiety, okay? They worry about every little detail. They worry about not getting their to-do list done. They worry about if their kids are safe. They worry about how their marriage is. They worry about the work that they're doing. They worry of the lack of work that they're doing, okay? They have family stress, okay? They have had job losses. They have had illness, right? And so if I'm going to truly help them, I need to be able to understand what is going on for them. And do you know how I do that? I do that by asking questions. There you guys go. There's my $100 million piece of advice. I do it by asking questions, okay? Asking questions to them, putting myself out of the equation and showing up to help them, okay? Because you guys have already been doing your work, right? You guys are doing your self-care. You guys are clearing out these emotions. Now you show up and help them, okay? And you do that by asking them questions, okay? Asking them questions. So I challenge you guys to write 14 challenges that your ideal client is having, okay? You don't have to do it all right now, but I want you to at least get 14 challenges. And guess what this is going to turn into? This is going to turn into content that you can talk about on a live video, that you can post about, that you can create graphics for, whatever it may be, however you decide to market. Those 14 challenges, you identify it in them, identify if it's in you, use that tapping technique I taught you, release it in you, turn around, teach someone else how they can move through their limiting beliefs, okay? How to overcome those fears, how to overcome that challenge of, oh, I'm sorry, I heard that, or like, I heard that you don't have enough money for this right now. That must be really stressful for you. What are you doing to get yourself out of that, that place in your life, right? You're giving them empowerment, because people are always going to say, I don't have money, but guess what? It's a priority, okay? I may not have money for the biggest, fanciest trip, and I could say, I don't have money to go fly to Paris right now. I don't. I could, but it's not a priority for me, right? People spend money where it's a priority, so they have to feel and see the priority in it, okay? So write 14 challenges. Let me go check the comments real quick because I see them flooding in. Same. Oh, I'm so glad. So glad. Okay, you guys are awesome. Thank you. Thank you for all the love. Okay, so number one thing, identify the challenges that your ideal person has. Reflect and see if it works for you. Number two, another question I want you guys to ask is, why should they buy from you? Okay, why should they buy from you? Okay, so for me, in my business, people buy from me because they know I'm going to be supportive of them. They know that I am knowledgeable, and they know that I love them, right? That even if they miss a day or even if they fall off their bandwagon, I love them. And that's why people show up for me. So why do people show up and buy from you? Oh, yay, Brittany, I'm so glad. You're very welcome, you guys. So if you figure out why they're buying from you, what skills you have, that is going to shift your momentum, okay? Because then it becomes less about, I have to message 20 people, I have to get on a Facebook Live every single day or I'm going to lose momentum, right? And it becomes more about caring. Okay, you shift that energy. You shift from that scarcity mindset into wholeness mindset, right? So figuring out why people buy from you, okay? So number 3, remember this little thing? Ask more, okay? Ask more questions and talk less, okay? This is another big one. Ask more questions and talk less, okay? So on your live videos, make it about the people who are watching, not about you. Make it about the people who are watching, okay? Deal with the fears beforehand, okay? Address them. Say to yourself, okay, I recognize that I have this fear. I'm not going to stay in it. I'm not going to build my house in it, right? So you guys, my Facebook group is amazing. I have so many women on there who comment, who participate, and who add their feelings. Like, you guys, I have asked deep questions, like, what questions do you have about sex? And I did a whole training on that. But you guys, women opened up and they shared how they were feeling. And you know why they did that? Because I took the time to get to know them. And because I took the time to get to know myself. Because I took the time to recognize I'm not always confident in my marriage. I'm not always confident in the way I look. I'm not always confident in the way I talk about my challenges and my struggles, right? So because I could address that and I could speak from my own worries, people bonded with that. They knew they were safe with me. They knew that I wasn't going to go and share all their emotions with everyone else. So bond with your people. Connect with them. Utilize them. You guys, Facebook groups right now are like kind of on a downward slump. There's not a lot of interaction going on in them. A lot of people are not doing that. But I have, let's see, I think I have 336 people in my group. And out of that number, 295 are active participants. You guys, that just does not happen in Facebook groups and Facebook numbers. Help your people to feel safe and good with you. And you do that by asking questions and helping them. Asking them, what are your biggest challenges with your body right now? What are your likes? What are your dislikes? What's your favorite movie? You know, like build a relationship with the people, because people buy because they love you, right? Remember how I said that? They buy emotionally and decide logically, okay? People aren't just going to come to you because of your fabulous, amazing products, which they might, but it's going to be a whole lot smaller than people who come to you because they love you, okay? So if you want to attract the sales, if you want to attract the quality client that doesn't say money's an issue, or I can't this month, or, you know, oh, I'm too busy in my life right now, I can't make this a priority, then you make you a priority. You be the example. You be the change you freaking want to see in the world, in your team, in your family, whatever it may be. You be the change. Don't wait for anyone else. Don't wait for anyone else. They're already doing themselves. You do you. And you do it the best way that you can. Drop the guilt, drop the shame, drop the blame, and just do you. If you miss a day, so what? So what? If you miss a day on a live video or posting or messaging someone, so what? Make it up the next day. Pick yourself up by the bootstraps and do it better the next day, okay? So let me ask you this question. For those of you, yes, for those of you who are struggling with the messaging people and talking to people and doing your posting on Facebook, let me ask you this question. Do you care more about being liked or making an impact? Like, serious question. Do you care more about being liked or making an impact? Okay. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. Making an impact, says Danielle. Yes. Make an impact, make an impact, making an impact, making an impact. Okay, you guys. So I'm seeing that you care more about making an impact. Okay. If you care about making an impact, then that means that fear, that little tiny fear, can go, because it's not your divine purpose. Okay. So then you can ask yourself, what is my divine purpose in this business? Okay. And if your divine purpose is to make an extra income for your family, then you freaking make an extra income for your family, right? No more excuses. No more, I'm tired. No more, I can't do this. No more, no one is listening. You guys, I have had people comment on my posts that have said, this changed my life. You guys, they never interacted once. I had no idea they were watching me. No idea. None. Because they never did anything. But you guys, you can make the difference. You can change it. Okay? All right. I'm almost done. Done. Oh my gosh. I'm almost done. We're just going to roll with it. See, you guys, I mess up all the time and I roll with it because I love me and I want you to love you too in this. Okay? So persistence is always going to trump power. Okay? So if you have the most amount of followers, if you have the highest people in your group, if you have the highest sales, it doesn't matter. Persistence will always trump power, okay? It will. Persistence. Every single day, persistence. Every single day, doing a form of self-care, spending money on you, being willing to put yourself out of that comfort zone, being willing to say, I have this fear and I'm done with it. Okay, so I talked about ways you could release through tapping it. Okay, I talked about saying, I can do this. I can move out of it, right? So now we got to replace it. Okay, we've got to replace it. And when I work with my clients, this is what I teach them as their basic foundational stuff. And I want to teach it to you. So I'm giving you guys what I give my one-on-one clients and my students, because I know it will make an impact and a power for you. Okay, so number one thing, power statements. Oh, this is so great. I'm so glad, Tanya. Okay, number one, power statements. Okay, a power statement. I need you to have a statement for the rest of this month, for the rest of this quarter, whatever it is that your goals are. I need you to have a power statement. Like no ifs, ands, or buts. I need you to have a power statement. Okay, it could be something like I am a sales magnet. Making sales consistently is easy for me. I am open to receive success. I am enough. Because I guarantee if you are not making sales, if you are dropping off the bandwagon and letting that fear sink in, it's because you think you're not worthy of the success that you're going for. Guarantee it. On some level, you are holding on to the burden that you're not good enough to receive it. Okay? So, those power statements again. I am a sales magnet. Okay? Making sales consistently is easy for me. I am open to receive success. I am enough. Okay? I want you to repeat that power statement at the very least, like the very, very least 2 times a day. Okay? The very least 2 times a day. If you say it more, it's going to come back to you more. Okay? Daily habit. Okay? Ask yourself, what habits do I need to achieve this goal? Okay? Is it a self-care habit? Is it a nutrition habit? Is it a mindset habit? Whatever it is, do it and do it daily. Okay? What habits do you need? I know Colette and I have had this conversation many times. And when she has success, it's because she's doing her morning rituals and she's getting it done every single day. When she has that gratitude, when she has that moment to study and to learn and to reflect and meditate, you guys, I guarantee if you incorporate habits, you're going to feel better in your business and in your personal life. Okay. I'm going to come to the comments in just 1 second. Okay. And then lastly, remember to invest in you. Invest in your vessel. If you want people to listen and buy from you, invest in your vessel. Okay. All right. I'm going to scroll up here. All of this is so great. I love you. Okay. What type of questions do you ask them initially to break the ice or begin to understand their needs? Honestly, ask an uncomfortable question. Like, what is your favorite, or like, what's the most awkward place you've ever shaved? Like, that could be awkward, right? Like, just something that like pushes that boundary a little bit, but helps them to like engage with you, or like share an embarrassing story. Like, I was in the shower and I got shampoo in my eyes and something happened, you know, I don't know. Something like that. I am loving this. Agree 100%. Took me a sec to find the chat on this app. Oh, good. I'm so glad you found it though, Hannah. Colette says more. Yes. All the thumbs up, clapping, chills. Oh my gosh. Yay. I'm so glad, Colette. I'm about to say it all day long. Yes. Go for you. Good for you, Shelby. How do you control the group from not just being a negative cesspool when you ask these vulnerable questions? It starts with you. So if you set that boundary ahead of time, like if it's going to be a vulnerable post, then you just say like, this is a real post and I demand respect and safety here. And if you feel like you cannot create that, then feel free to leave. Something like that. But honestly, my group has always been very good because I set that standard with them, and I'm always repeating, this is a safe place. This is a place where you get to come to have relief from your worries and your pain. Okay, this team is full of such amazing people, and I know we can all do this. Yes, you can. The self-talk power statements are so important. Absolutely. Yes. Yes, they are. Okay, you guys. So thank you for letting me be on here. I so appreciate it. I think that there was lots of good golden nuggets and takeaways just based off of your comments and the things you guys shared in here. So what I want to offer to you guys is I would love to see the most biggest, best, whatever it was, the thing that stood out to you personally, okay? I would love to see your golden nugget on Instagram, okay? So go and do a story or a post on Instagram and tag me in it. My hashtag and or my name, I guess, on there is Foster Vitality, okay? So go in there, tag me in it so I can see you. If you're a private profile, I won't be able to see it. So it has to be a public profile. Do a story, do a post, something like that of your golden nugget from tonight, okay? Tag me in it. And for every single person who does that, I am going to give you, one of my emotional release coaching sessions, okay? So this is a huge value. This is where I am going to work with you one-on-one, find emotions for you that are blocking you from the success that you want, from the relationship problems that you're having, whatever it may be, whatever challenge you're facing right now, I will muscle test for you, find those emotions, give you my intuition, give you my thoughts and ways that you can personally release it, okay? So that is for every single person on here. I've never done this before, ever, but I want to do it for you guys because I know that I can help you. And I know that these blocks and these challenges that you're facing are not forever, okay? So let me recap super quickly. Tap here on the fears, okay? You tap it out. Think of all those fears. Picture it leaving your hand and going down into the earth and then creating action. Remember, persistence trumps power, and great coaching will never change you. It comes from your action, okay? So taking action, using each other as a support system. If you do not feel super active for the day, then tell someone, I need the help from you. Hold me accountable. Make sure I do this today. And then you check in with them when you're done doing it, okay? And then to replace it, okay? To replace those fears, those worries, those insecurities, those frustrations with your team for not doing stuff, those people who are holding you back, replace it with that power statement, replace it with daily habit, and replace it with investing in you, Okay, so you guys go share on Instagram, Foster Vitality, tag me with your golden nugget, what you took away from tonight. And for everyone who does that, I will write your name down and I will give you one of my emotional release coaching sessions and we'll get you booked for that. So before I leave, Colette, are you okay if I answer any questions?
Yeah, go right ahead. This has been fantastic. Okay. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Yes, Hannah says, I have had an EFT tapping session. It's life-changing and certainly effective, guys. Yes. So did I say emotional freedom? Emotional release coaching is what I do. I don't know if I said that right. Again, I get in the moment, like I get so excited. How do we tag you? So on Instagram, if you just use the @ symbol, or if you're on the stories, you can use the @ symbol or the hashtag and I will find it for you. Yes. Okay, Erin says, I have to stay private for safety reasons. Thank you so much. Okay, that is totally fine, Erin. If you want to do another way, message me and I will be creative for you. Okay, so exciting. Thank you. You guys, this is gold. Yes, it is. Okay, I don't understand Instagram. That's totally okay. Do it on Facebook if Facebook is your thing. But yes, get an Instagram. Yes, okay, so you guys, if you are having a struggle on it, use Facebook too. But for those of you who Instagram, go to Instagram. That's going to be the best place. Okay, any questions or anything for me before I head out? Love your energy. Thank you. Oh, you guys, you're most welcome. Go be successful. Wonderful, wonderful nuggets. Thank you, guys. Okay, I love it. Colette, I will head out, but let me know if there's anything else that you guys have come up during this time. I sincerely hope it was helpful and good for you and that it can bless your life moving forward. I just love it.
Thank you, Talesha.
You're welcome. Bye, you guys.
Bye. Okay, everyone stay on for a second. She literally gives me goosebumps. She lights my soul. She's a sweet, sweet person who genuinely cares. I have been working with her for about 2 years, and it is incredible at what she can help me uncover. She will check in with me weekly, and she'll say, "What can I work on for you?" And I will say, maybe whatever is blocking me from success. And she can, with her energy and with, she calls, muscle tapping, muscle testing, she can find where I might have been having mental blocks, issues that are creating that gap or that break in energy. She has truly blessed my life, and I wanted her to talk to you guys because mindset and our belief is so very important. And for us to move forward in our business, it was about 4 years where I didn't dare run for ambassador because I didn't believe that I could be the best. And I had no idea that there was a limiting belief from my childhood that was, Colette, you can't be the best. We're never going to be enough. That you're not good enough. Someone else will always be better. And that was because of something that my parents taught me. But she was able to release those. And it was from 2 years ago, I've been able to run forward and actually see I am deserving of ambassador. I am deserving of abundance. And it's always going to be something that we're daily working on one way or another. Just because we work on personal development doesn't make us perfect for the rest of our lives. And that's why it's so important to work on it every single day. And that's why Shelby or Tiffany or myself or other leaders will post in our Zoom recordings and our YouTube links of personal development, because there's so many things that can help each and every one of us. I just know every one of you is capable of so much if we can just believe it within ourselves and remove those limiting beliefs, remove the fear. Fear, when she said what paralyzes you, you guys, speaking from the heart, speaking personally, things that paralyze you are going to be different from day to day, but she's giving you tools on how to find out what is the root of it and know that there's not any truth to it and being able to move forward. This is recorded. We will share this with you guys in our team page. Thank you for hopping on. Please make your aha in Facebook or in Instagram. Share what your wow moment was, and her session with you for free is going to be fantastic. So thank you for hopping on, you guys. I love it. Have a great night, and we'll talk to you